Hi, and welcome to EDU Crossroads Podcast. I'm Dr. Barbara Flores Caballero, Faculty Advisor of the Future Teachers Club at Bronx Community College. I'm the creator and producer of this show. Join our hosts, students from the Future Teachers Club, as we explore the biggest issues in education through diverse voices, sharing stories and ideas that inspire and spark conversation. Spread the word.
Hi, welcome to EDU Crossroad Podcast. I am Kimberly Lora, a proud student at Bronx Community College and the president of the Future Teachers Club at the Department of Education and Academic Literacy. And it's an honor to have with us Dr. Johnson. How are you, Dr. Johnson?
I'm doing wonderful, Kimberly, and certainly shout out to this amazing audience that is participating by viewing or listening to this podcast. But so happy to be here with you.
It's an honor for you to be here with us. Okay, so let's get started. During your experience at BCC, what aspect or characteristic of the institution have surprised or impressed you the most?
Yeah, so that's a really good question, Kimberly. So I've been with the college now maybe almost a little under 90 days, and which is great. You know, it's allowing me to listen, learn. But some of the, I would say, things that have surprised me the most is just we have a beautiful campus. This is a historic institution, as many people may know, formerly New York University, and to have the good fortune of having a community college on the highest point of the Bronx. That has been a great, pleasant surprise. It's really demonstrated the opportunities that exist for us to engage our community, to bring them in for future programming. The dynamic students. I have met so many students that have so many amazing stories of resilience and just grit. So that has been something that has been a welcome surprise. And just the dynamic faculty and staff. Many of the persons that I've met, their tenure here is probably like 20, 30 years. And that just speaks to the commitment that many of our stakeholders have as it relates to serving and supporting our students. And lastly, the dynamic council members, assembly members that support borough president, that supports our students, that supports this campus, and the millions of dollars in capital projects to truly upgrade many of our facilities to support student success.
That is wonderful. And talking about BCC, what is your long-term vision or dream for the future of BCC?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, when leaders are asked about their vision, sometimes they get themselves in trouble. And I say that because, you know, the vision is one that is collective. The vision has to be engaging stakeholders to listen and to learn, which is a part of my 100-day roadmap, in listening and learning to faculty and staff to help really crystallize, you know, what priorities we will focus on. So based upon the conversations I've had early on, I know that we are doing amazing work in research. So one of the points of reference would be academic and research excellence. I want us to be a premier hub for that. Workforce innovations, as you're looking throughout the Bronx, there are so many developments happening. Businesses are coming here, and we want to make sure that we are ready to meet the needs of the workforce through continuing education programs or credit-bearing programs that will lead people directly to work. That is what community colleges do best. And to also make sure that we are a supportive college community where people feel a sense of belonging once they come on the campus, and they feel like whoever they are, however they, you know, their ethnic background, their gender diversity, that they know that coming to BCC is a place where they can continue to grow and to thrive. So those are some major areas that I see as priorities that will crystallize our vision and our Bronx Renaissance 2031 strategic plan.
Talking about the word that you use, belonging, is so
yes.
important.
It is.
With diversity.
It is.
So that comes with diversity, equality, and inclusion movement. In 2025, is undergoing a significant transformation marked by increasing participation, adaptation across various sectors. What strategies do you have in place to ensure that everyone wishing to pursue an education at BCC feels safe and supported?
Absolutely. I know that there's a direct correlation to our enrollment and our persistence of our students if they feel safe, if they feel as if they belong to the college into which they've enrolled. So some of the steps that we're taking at the college, we have engaged in the critical dialogue. This is a national movement. It is something that our Chancellor, Felix Matos Rodriguez, has engaged the colleges around having those constructive dialogues on our campus and having the difficult conversations. Oftentimes we shy away from the difficult conversations, but sometimes we do need to have it from a norm perspective, but we need to be able to call things out that may be, some inequities for some, but to arrive at that conversation knowing that we may leave having maybe a differing viewpoint, but we understand and we listen to each other. So a part of my leadership is to make sure that I am cultivating the opportunity for people to come to a room to share ideas, to be able to share things that they hope, share things that have bothered them, share things that they may have felt were perceived to be things that were caused them to feel uncomfortable, but through the lens of constructive dialogue that we'll be leading on the campus, that to me is one beginning of just being able to curate just what is everyone's experiences. It's hard for us to say that we're going to fix this and we're going to mitigate this risk if we don't know what the risk and what the experiences of the colleagues are. And I've been fortunate over this last, I would say, almost 90 days in my listening sessions. I host 25-minute sessions to anyone that has wanted to meet with me, and people are sharing ideas and thoughts. So that listening and learning is helping to inform even how we can make sure that this is a campus where everyone feels a sense of belonging.
Oh, that's wonderful. And from sharing your ideas, how would you define true belonging on a campus as diverse as BCC?
Yeah, so that's a good question. A sense of belonging means it's providing the conditions whereby anyone, regardless of who they are, their gender, their ethnicity, their race, their creed, their religion, all of those things, where that is certainly understood. It is a focal point, but we're making sure that we are providing programming that all students, all faculty and staff will be able to see themselves. So I want to ensure that anyone that comes to our campus, internally or externally, when they come on this campus, they can see themselves represented. They can see themselves represented in the curriculum. They see themselves represented in the staff, the faculty, and the leadership, because true belonging means that there is representation that looks like you, that has similar, or may have similar experiences as you, and they're empathetic to understanding who you are, what you bring, and to help really shape that, if it's a student, into a pathway that will lead to greater success. So belongingness is just simply understanding, having empathy, having sympathy for someone's condition. There may be a student who's a single parent. There may be one that's not, but they're all in the same classroom, like you. So, but all of us are in the same classroom. We're all learning together. Those differences do not cause wedges between who we are, but it really strengthens the fabric and the rich tapestry that makes us the diverse campus that we are.
Oh, yes. And this happens all the time, and we really want this to be fixed. And many students feel overwhelmed and sometimes even consider dropping out. What initiative do you plan to implement to support students at risk of leaving BCC?
And that is so great. So the national movement, post-pandemic, there are students who have stopped out. Mental health has been one of the reasons why many students have decided, maybe I just need to work. Maybe college is not for me. But I am so honored to be at a college where we have great support services. We have CUNY Edge that provides resources for students. We have our counseling services department that provides for research and support for students. But we have ASAP, we have College Discovery. We already have some really strong programs that are meeting students where they are, helping them to kind of triage some of the challenges that they may be experiencing. So my goal is to help bolster that, to make sure that students are more aware of those programs, but it starts with new student orientation. So at new student orientation, that's where students meet staff, they meet faculty, but they're also introduced to programs. Oftentimes students will reach a point of crisis, but they don't know all of the programs that are available to them. So we are looking at ways in which we can make sure we're shoring up the new student orientation process to ensure that students are aware of all of the programming, all of the resources. So my goal is to continue to bolster the rich programs that we have, streamline where we can, and to make sure that we are accessible to all of our students, regardless of if they're first time in college or if they're returning adults, such as the students that will be returning with the New York State Opportunity Program, with the initiative from Governor Hochul, that 25 to 55-year-old population who will be enrolling in select programs. They too, we talk about belonging, will need to also understand that we are here to support them. We are the crown jewel of the Bronx. And those are some of, I would say, that's the major focus as we look toward the future.
I definitely agree with you all the way. Honestly, as a single parent, with all the support that Bronx Community College has given me the resources that I need to continue going further. And with that, what role do you believe in community college, like BCC, should play in strengthening partnership with local schools, business, and community organizations?
Yeah, so we play a pivotal role. You cannot talk about upward mobility, social and economic upward mobility, without talking about your local community college. We are providing opportunities for students who are completing their GED to go from a GED to an associate's degree, and you're making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 depending on the respective academic credential you've chosen. That is amazing. It is also sometimes unheard of, that's happening, but that is the role of what community colleges do. We help students achieve their dream. We help students to understand that regardless of life's challenges, regardless of things that may have, stopped you from maybe achieving academically in high school, that once you come to a community college like Bronx Community College, we have the faculty, we have the staff, we have the holistic programs that will help to get you to the end of your journey. And that journey could be transitioning to a four-year college or university, or it could be going directly to work. We are providing the pathways that will reduce poverty, that will change family infrastructures and trajectories. So that is our role, and that is how I see the work that we do here and the role of this amazing community college.
And talking about amazing, Bronx Community College has given the opportunity to many students, even myself, just to grow and for me to build myself with more confidence and believe. I think that's the word. Just believe that you could do anything.
Absolutely.
As the president of Bronx Community College, what message would you like to share with the future educators who are part of this institution?
Absolutely. So I would say to future educators, we need you more than ever. We know that perspectives and curriculum in different contexts are being, they may be looked at differently. We talk about different approaches to education, removing certain topics from history courses. So we need educators who are bold. We need educators who will engage students in critical and analytical thinking. So when we think of civic engagement, we want to make sure that our educators are preparing our students to be the voters of tomorrow. That is a part of, I think, the most proud moment of being an educator when I was a faculty member was being able to teach my students the importance of local government, federal government, laws, and all of the other nuances of what that means to be a voter. And I think that is our role. And we play different roles as educators. Sometimes we're mentors, sometimes we're a parental figure. So the role of an educator today is probably more important than it ever was, because we're helping to shape the minds and the perspectives, not only of the traditional age student, but also some of the students who are returning for retooling and reskilling, who fall within that 25 to 55-year-old age bracket as well. So the role is so key. Preparing leaders who will challenge the status quo is critically important, but who will be unabashedly, I would say, excited about their role and how they can help shape the trajectory of so many lives.
I totally agree with you. And I would like to say thank you so much for sharing your time and inspiring us so much. And with this, I would like to say, until the next time, I am Kimberly Lora, and this is EDU Crossroad Podcast. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to EDU Crossroads Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and found it inspiring. Don't forget to subscribe, share with others, and join us next time for more stories and ideas shaping the future of education. Spread the word.